Some people were saying you saved the summer, Tyler.
Hey, we ain't got shit else going on. We're going to be watching baseball.
Saved the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Families are arguing about it at their kitchen table. After work, they're leaving work, coming home, and we're having families arguing over this shit while filling it out. They're hitting us up about it. It's beautiful, man. It's so much fun. I love it.
I know we've all been watching the quarterbacks documentary series on Netflix. It's all about miking up some of the game's best quarterbacks and that behind-the-scenes fun stuff. So my question to you guys is, if you're looking at this bracket right now, get your bracket out. What is the first round matchup that would have the best audio that you would want mic'd up of these animals trying to kill each other?
Oh man.
I can go first because I think I'm the only one.
That is so funny. That is such a good segment. Mike, please go first.
Okay, I'm gonna go with, and I like, this is in my region. I wish I hadn't put this together, but I did see a lot of people talking about this as one of the more intriguing ones. I need to know what it sounds like when 67 golden eagles are descending on 4 alligators. That's just hell. Like, that might actually be what hell sounds like if you mic'd up hell.
Bro, I think the fucking 25 Bobcats versus the 50 Tasmanian Devils. Jesus Christ, what the fuck would that sound like?
That's just chaos.
Yeah.
For me, it's just 2 polar bears against 100 house cats. You know what I mean?
1 polar bear versus 100 house cats, yeah.
Oh, so it's 2. So yeah, 1 polar bear versus 100
2 is the
house
seed.
cat. Yeah, 2 is the seed. Yeah. That's crazy. But also,
I think.
Have you heard of cassowary?
What sounds do they make? Those motherfuckers just look silent and fucking menacing whenever I see them. I didn't even know they made sounds.
Yeah. Versus 20 African wild dogs. That might be crazy too. But
I feel like in my region, it's got to be, although it might get a little gross sounding towards the end once the battle proceeds, but 3 silverbacks versus 200 roosters. 200 roosters just all making rooster noises. Right, exactly. The first 30 seconds of it would be really fun. You'd be like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then it gets really gruesome really fast. Yeah.
I think the silverbacks don't even make a noise. I think all we hear is the fucking
it's straight business with them.
The King Kong punch. We hear their fists hitting the ground. You know what I mean? Punching the shit out of those roosters.
I think we're learning that getting mic'd up playing football is a lot better sounding than in animals in a beast bracket battle.
Bro, someone hit us and said that the 2 tigers versus 5 humans is going to be such a mismatch that one of the tigers is going to sit out in the second half.
Bro. 2 of the tigers. It's only 2 tigers here, but that makes sense, bro.
All right, this episode is brought to you by the brand new docuseries Quarterback, Netflix's first ever partnership with the NFL. Quarterback takes a unique look at each season told through the lens of NFL quarterbacks Pat Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota.
You get an unprecedented window into the toughest job in sports by following those quarterbacks throughout the 2022 season, on and off the field. This is the first time ever that the NFL allowed quarterbacks to be mic'd up for every single game of the season.
Y'all know I'm not the biggest NFL fan, but I have enjoyed the hell out of this. Getting to see, Kirk Cousins and like as a human being, I've jumped in the clowning of him. You know what I'm saying? Even not watching the game, but seeing how you fall in love with these people, and then also seeing Mahomes and learning about him and his father. Playing baseball. I did not know that. You feel me? And he was the same dude on the mound as well, bro. He moved. He seemed like he moved the same way. So I definitely loved it, man. I'm like halfway through in the last 2 days. So
Quarterback is available now on Netflix. So after you're done listening to our show, not before, after you're done listening to our show, make sure to check it out on Netflix.
I dedicate my life to football.
I love to compete.
At this point, all that really matters is winning.
Wide short to cousin right. Clam 2 jet rip.
Quarterback is more about the mental side. They're going to come after you.
When you come back 6 days from now and do it again and again and again.
All right, let's get into these first round matchups. And like we said, you will be able to vote on these Thursday at Jenkins and Jonez Twitter account. Steve Irwin region, the 1 versus the 8, 1 Bison versus 10 Kangaroos. I got the one Bison.
Yeah. Bison's making light work.
We do have someone in the AMP chat saying that Bison is going down. I don't know if that means in round 1 or not, but
I will say this. We had a lot of
claim.
people tweet us that we kind of hoed the Kangaroos a little bit because we were making fun of the Kangaroos as like maybe worse than the humans or whatever. But like people were showing videos of what some like wild kangaroos look like where they were like hulked out. They looked like they were on like fucking all kinds of, I guess it's not human growth hormone, but they were on that KGH.
You feel me? Something was slapping in them veins, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. With the kangaroos, I mean, maybe the wild ones are different from the ones that are like, you know, the squirrels. You know how the squirrels that are feeding in the park are different from the, you know what I mean? Because they're used to humans and they're much more docile. So maybe the ones we've seen, but I mean, based on that video we saw, bro, that bison is doing those kangaroos too fucking bad.
It's a car crash.
So, yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That matchup is going to be ugly, but kangaroos, they are a formidable animal. Like they have a technique that they usually use on other animals where they try to bend them over or they grab them, put them in the head. Like they especially do it with dingoes. Yeah. And you know, dingoes are like the fucking basically Australian wolves, more or less, right? They put those motherfuckers in a headlock and they kick them with their sharp ass feet until they fucking disembowel them, right? So kangaroos ain't no joke, but the bison's gonna make like work of them.
Also, they'll drown you too.
Yeah. They will bait you out into the water. Like, oh no, help us kangaroo over here, and then they will drown the fuck out you.
So yeah. Also, I
There's
think don't they
got a little game.
As far as when they're attacking humans, they usually attack they'll use that claw to attack the stomach. So yeah,
they do that shit with dingo. Like, you know that dude who punched the dog, who punched that kangaroo for fucking with his dog? His kangaroo was about to do that shit to his dog. If you saw
his dog was fucked up too. The dog face was hanging off, hanging by a thread. You feel me?
Okay, so y'all got so we've all got the bison though.
But this don't matter. None of that matters in this matchup.
Different weight class, different thing.
Yeah.
The 4v5, the 4v5 in this region is the 20 pit bulls versus the 1 water buffalo.
That's tough. See,
I got the pit bulls.
I think
so too. And the reason being, like, and again, we've got to give credit to the water buffalo because, like I said on the last episode, like people say it's between them and the hippo for the most dangerous animal on Africa, right? Like the water buffaloes are called the Black Death by people in Africa, right? They're no fucking joke. Like you see, even lions don't run up on them one-on-one. Lions don't want a fair one with water buffaloes, right? But pit bulls, though,
20?
They were legit. 20 of them, right? And they were legit. This is what they were legit bred for, right? Like basically bull baiting. And that's basically what this is going to be, right? It's going to be a fucking bull baiting fight with animals who are literally born to do that. So yeah, I'm going to 20 pit bulls here too.
Also, I feel like when we think about animals, it's not like they're squaring off with rules. You know what I'm saying? Like with boxing gloves, like you can't do this. No, they're going to do everything. They're going for all the soft spots. You feel me? Like we're talking about with the rats and shit. They'll go for the eyes. They'll go for the gonads. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying, to make this animal,
gonads in an analytical conversation.
to unalive this animal. And they don't have hands and things to kind of like, evade or whatever. So yeah, man, I think they get cooked.
Yeah.
I think 10 could probably fuck them up in how they try to kill this water buffalo. You know what I mean?
I think I don't know. 10 kind of changes.
I mean, in the ways. I mean, because if they're going for the soft spots, you know what I'm saying? Like like the eyes, the whatever, the gonads. Like I said, like
I feel like that water buffalo is putting like 15. I feel like that water buffalo is putting like 12, 15 of them out of commission, but it's still going down.
So?
Yes.
I think it's 5. Like the way I look at it is weak points. It's 5 pit bulls per leg. You know what I mean? Like it's not that many animals that could take 5 pit bulls going after each one of his leg. Like you think about that with you. Like think about being down on all fours and it's 5 pit. Like I don't know, man. You'd have to be.
Achilles is going really quick, dog. That Achilles is ruptured rather fast, G. You know what I mean?
The bone, literally.
They snatching that thing clean off the bone very early. You know
I do want to emphasize this is our pregame analysis. You guys are going to decide who advances on this, and if you vote someone through that we all disagree with, we will describe how that would happen, and that's who's going through. So this is our opinion, but this is just we all filled a bracket out. Because again, we thought we were like, yeah, guys, let's get it to 100. But like, y'all vote however you want to vote. Okay, next up is the 3 seed versus 6 seed in this region. The 25 honey badgers versus 5 warthogs.
I think the honey badgers are dominating.
I think that's like a good, pork dinner. You know what I mean? Like
They're dominating.
they'll be they are gonna.
I think
Smack
looking at
them
these
boys.
last two matchups, the 20 pit bulls versus 1 water buffalo and 25 honey badgers versus 5 warthogs, I think is going to be a theme that numbers when that animal is already like a vicious animal, like 10 kangaroos, not really the numbers and not the viciousness, but 20 pit bulls, 25 honey badgers, and that animal is already used to killing things bigger than it. That's going to be where these obviously aren't upsets based on seeding, but I think that could be where some upsets happen later down the line if you have a high number of vicious animals versus a low number of like large animals.
Yeah. I'm taking the honey badgers here too, but I do think the 5 warthogs, they're gonna do a little damage, man. I think we're sleeping on warthogs a bit here as well. Warthogs, bro, like a warthog, like I was, mentioned last episode, we've seen plenty of times a warthog one-on-one with a jaguar, it will give a jaguar the blues or a lion the blues, right? Warthogs ain't no motherfucking hoes either, but I do think that the honey badgers take them out. But something working to the warthog's advantage here is tusk, right? Like they don't need to get a grip on you and bite you like a lion would if it was fighting a honey badger. It just needs to hit you with a good hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you might be out of commission. But I do think that, the 25 honey badgers are too much. And the honey badgers got that thick ass skin too. So yeah, I'm taking the honey badgers there, of course.
And warthogs are pretty agile, being that's how they're built. You know what I mean? But I think that
can stop on a dime and all that shit.
Yeah, the agility of the honey badgers is way better, and it's just so many of them. It's just, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a tall task. You hear me?
Jackson's thinking about numbers. I'm thinking about weapons versus defense. The warthogs, like underrated defense, right? Like that's a really thick hide. But y'all said it, like the honey badgers also have thick skin, and it's 25 of them. So I think that is what it is. Okay, the 2 versus 7 in this region. 8 hyenas versus 5 bucks.
Hyenas smacking them, bro. Yeah, I mean, they're brutalizing these bucks. You know, like, and hyenas are so vicious, and they're already used to attacking. Like that's
what I was gonna say.
They have that
attacking
formation.
ungulates.
Yeah,
they're the Spurs, bro. But they're used to fighting. Yes.
They're the Spurs. They're team ball at all times. You feel what I'm saying? No one hyena is more important than the other. You feel
and they're
me?
used to taking down giants.
You feel me?
They'll take down a large,
This buck is a light snack, baby. You know what I mean?
I'm so happy we came up with a debate topic that let us get gonads and ungulates into the fucking vernacular. That makes me so
also
happy.
The Spurs. We're a basketball podcast, baby.
Yeah. It's a sports network. Absolutely. Okay. That is so that's the first round. Again, that's what you're going to be voting on Thursday in the Steve Irwin region. On Friday, we will move to the big boy region, the 1 versus 8 here. One of the most highly anticipated, this is USA Soccer versus Brazil in the World Cup. 2 tigers versus 5 humans. You know how it's going to end, but everyone's still really, really fired up to watch this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that's going to be the biggest blowout of the tournament. That is the 55 point win Duke versus Southwest Northern Iowa Technical, State University right there. That shit's going to get ugly. It's not even going to be close.
That's the number 1 overall seed versus the you know what I'm saying? Like that's basically that matchup. You feel me? They might get upset later on because of a different matchup. You feel me? But yeah, they cooking the fuck out. So like you said, they resting one. They ain't even bringing they ain't bringing their whole squad out. You feel me?
Yeah, it's painful. There will be nothing left of the humans. Okay, the 4 versus the 5 in this region. 50 Tasmanian Devils versus 25 Bobcats. You just heard Tyler say he wants this one mic'd up. How do y'all think this one ends?
I'm going to the Tasmanian Devils on that one.
Just because of the sheer numbers?
It's
2 to 1?
The sheer numbers, they're fearless. They have pound for pound, like the hyena has the strongest bite in the animal kingdom, but the Tasmanian devil has pound for pound the strongest bite of any animal. They're, I'll say like they're fucking fearless. Like there's been all types of stories about fucking, like scientists who find dead Tasmanian devils performing, autopsies on them and seeing all types of shit in their stomach, like wristwatches and batteries and shit. Like Tasmanian devils don't give a fuck, man. And
I got the Bobcats, bro. I got the Bobcats. I'm a
What's
cat
the reason
guy.
there?
I'm a cat guy. I think that they're the best predators on the planet. If you like group them, I think that the combination of intelligence, speed, strength, I got the Bobcats. I do think this is one where in the midweight ones, I think the weight is very significant. You know what I mean?
And it's only 2 to 1. You know what I mean? It's not a huge matchup difference. And the agility of the Bobcat is so much better.
Yeah.
I also think this is the
yeah.
first seeding upset.
Yeah.
Bobcats take it. I did not know what Tasmanian Devils looked like until this moment. Googled it. They're very strange looking. It's not what I would have expected them to look like, frankly,
They don't
based
look
on the
like-
cartoon.
nothing like the cartoon. They don't look like
based
the
on
cartoon.
all-
They don't look
I
like the
thought they looked
Tasmanian
something different entirely. While Bobcats look scary as fuck. Bobcats are like one of those guys that like you walk into pick up and you're like, oh, that guy's good. That guy is scary. Like that guy's gonna.
He
that
got
guy
some
can
wiggle
cook
on him. You know what I'm saying?
that guy's got moves that I don't got. You know, that's
Right, you feel me? Yeah. For sure,
Okay,
for sure.
our next matchup is the 3 versus the 6. 20 African wild dogs against 8 cassowaries.
this was probably the one that we got the most messages about underseeding. Yes, the Castle Wars.
Yes.
Yeah. I think
But
it's
I
an
got the
upset.
African wild dogs.
I think it's an upset.
You
I
think
think-
the Castlewares take it?
I mean, the way they attack.
John's
And
not
I-
betting against dinosaurs.
No, and I mean the way they attack, and I watched a video a while ago of how vicious it was, knocking a human back with a steel, like with the steel door to prevent it from hitting him. It was knocking him back like feet. So like I think like one attack could really, and also wild dogs aren't extremely vicious, and the Cassowaries like attack is vicious as fuck. So.
So you've got
and
it
they're-
on
and
the
the
like
size,
the one
they're
punch
huge.
knockout. They
And
could
they-
kill
yeah,
one dog with
And
one hit.
they're as tall. They're like 6 foot. They're as tall as a human, a human man. So like, and wild dogs aren't that big. So I think it's an upset.
Yeah, this is a matchup of two of like the fan favorites from what I've seen when we put the bracket out. We found out there's a cassowary hive out here. Like there's a real stand base behind them.
All
Lots of people.
caps. Y'all have slept on the, I'm like, that's a lot of capital letters.
Right. So someone hit me up and said he did a high school project on them where he nominated them for like animal president and listed all their attributes and shit.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of people behind African wild dogs too. Like and I think African wild dogs do get slept on. I think they have a case for being the best pack hunters on the planet. They have like an 80% success rate when they go hunting. But like we mentioned before, the whole thing with African wild dogs is endurance, right? Like they chase their prey down for 10, 11 miles until they tire them out, then they pounce on them. So I do think that probably in close combat, I think I might be on the cassowary side here.
Okay, the cassowaries are like, go ahead and chase us down.
And
Like we're standing here waiting for you.
Yeah. Also, yeah. I mean, how I imagine it is like they're in the Coliseum fighting it out. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So like, you feel so like where there's nowhere to run. So and yeah, and also they're so big and there's 8 of them, just constantly attacking with them big ass talons. I don't know, bro. That's hard to root against.
I want to say one, Tyler has encyclopedia brain, just listing all of these facts about all of these animals, talking
Tyler
about
just dropped
the mileage
advanced
in which they
analytics.
chase,
The
80%
mileage and
success rate. But I also do think that the big boy region might be upset region. I think Bobcats over Devils. I think Cassowaries over Wild Dogs. And I don't know. I think 2-7. I think 2-7 can get spicy.
Okay, let's get into the 2-7.
I think it's getting spicy.
The 2 seed is 1 polar bear, 1,000 pounds
That's a lot of
against
pounds.
the 7 seed, 100 house cats, 10-pound house cats.
And keep this in mind when considering this. It doesn't have to necessarily, like we discussed, it doesn't necessarily have to be a battle to the death. There are going to be some bloodbaths here. But in the wild, often fights end with the other animal retreating. If the animal retreats, that's a loss for the animal that retreated, a victory for the animal that made the animal retreat. So, with that said, 100
I
house
don't know.
cats,
We can
bro.
look. It has to be a fight to the death. We don't know when an animal has quit or not.
How?
Like,
No,
you know what I mean?
because
Like,
how are
who
house cats going to kill a
decides
polar bear?
Who, like, is there like a skunk rule? Like, we don't know. Like,
It's when
it's-
when that animal chooses to retreat.
But like, how do we know? Like,
We
how do
don't
we
know.
know?
How do we know?
So,
What do we-
yeah.
Do all boxing
whole
matches have to end in a knockout?
No, but I mean, this isn't a boxing match.
Boxing
nigga.
matches
These are
end-
animals.
Guys throw the towel in
ain't
on boxing
nigga.
matches, right?
Some of these motherfuckers gonna die on the field, bro. This is not a boxing match. This is more like gladiators, dog. You feel me? This is a
John is
gladiator
out here
battle.
like, how do we know? We're talking about a polar bear
I'm
fighting
saying
100 house cats. We don't know anything.
So like using that for me, I'm thinking like, how long is it gonna take? How many was it gonna take to kill this polar bear? That's how I'm thinking. You feel me? That's how I'm thinking when I'm choosing all of these things. I'm not thinking like, is one of those humans gonna make it out? Do we think a human's gonna like, hey, I'm done, and the tiger's gonna be like, okay, I'll see you.
No.
Good luck with the, fuck out of here. It's over with. They're
There's
all outta
there's
here.
plenty of matchups that will kill humans, and there's plenty of matchups that humans would run from too. Like I don't think fucking the 200 roosters can kill 5 humans.
But the humans are, but
The humans are going to haul ass.
The humans to beat the roosters, right?
Yeah, and I still would not pick the humans to beat the roosters.
I think
I feel like it's a. I feel like I don't know, man. I'm thinking like fight to death. Who would die?
But listen, I think Tyler has a great point though, because like when we get to on the next round, when we get to the alligators versus Eagles.
That's going to be a draw.
We're going to be there for 6 months. Right? We're going to be there for 6 months if we're waiting for one of those suckers to die.
But obviously, we're not watching this.
We're just parsing the details too much. We're parsing the details too much.
We're fast forwarding through that 6 months in like 8.5 seconds, right?
We're simming it. You're just
we're simulating
it.
the fuck out of it. That's all we're doing. We're simulating. So I don't think we have. I think.
Getting back to the actual matchup and not the minutia details. I think with polar bears, they did not get the discount that alligators got for being a land and a water animal that's only operating on land. Mm-hmm. I think that a big advantage polar bears have is they can do both, and here they don't have that option. Like in the volume Slack, for example, everyone's like, the house cats have a great upset potential, but if the polar bear drags them into the water, it's over. And then we're like, no, there is no water. It's all on the land.
Yeah.
And I think that is a big disadvantage for polar bears and a big advantage for house cats.
Yeah. Also, I feel like it's just 100 of them, man. It's 100 of them. That's a ton of house cats. They're gonna be, ferocious. And a polar bear has agility, you know what I mean, and it has claws and shit like that. Will fuck up a ton of them. But I just think in the end, I don't. That's just a lot of house cats to fight. It's wild to say, but it might, hey, man.
We're talking about the
polar bear, bro. The
house
polar bear
cat maybe is the most agile animal in this whole bracket.
But listen, if one animal could step on killer in this. Yeah. If one animal could step on the other animal to kill it, I got the animal that could step on the other animal.
Yeah, but that's not how it's gonna happen, though. That's not how it's gonna happen when there's 100 of them. It's going to attack.
He's going to step on some and kill him accidentally because there's so many of them. You know what I'm saying?
They're going to be all over him. It's going to swarm him. They're all attacking at once. We're not thinking it's going to take turns like, here, you 10 go, and then you 10 go. No, it's going to all at once. I think that's a lot to overcome.
I don't know that I buy house cats as coordinated pack hunters, bro.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The ferocity of the polar bear, too, like, that could win. It's a much more ferocious animal than a house cat. I'm gonna go polar bear. It's a tough one though. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go polar bear.
I'm going polar bear too. Also because the way polar bears fight is they stand on their hind legs and they're like 10 fucking feet tall, right? so then all the vital organs are gonna be 8 foot off the ground for these little 6-inch tall cats. You know what I'm saying? So they're at a disadvantage there. Then they're just gonna get hell rained down on them from them big ass polar bear paws. So yeah, I think I'm going polar bear here too.
I am just very excited for the Friday polls for this region. I am excited.
It's gonna get
tapping into the polls
Friday,
on this one.
Friday's gonna be fucking popping on Friday, baby. No true TV games on Friday. We're all CBS. Let's go. All
Prime time, baby.
Okay, that is our, like we said, the analysis of those first 2 rounds. Thursday and Friday, the polls will be up. So check the Jenkins and Jonez Twitter. Vote. Make your voice heard, guys. Participate.
Rock
in
the vote. Democracy dies in the darkness.